For the second part of this chapter, we'll start with talking about forms of stratification. There are three basic types of stratification. The first type is the estate system. It is a politically based system of stratification characterized by limited social mobility that is best exemplified in the social organization of feudal Europe and the pre-Civil War American South. The caste system is a system of stratification based on hereditary notions of religious and theological purity and generally offers no prospects for social mobility. The Varna system in India is the most common example of a caste system today. The class system is an economically based system of stratification characterized by somewhat loose social mobility and categories based on roles in the production process rather than individual characteristics. Karl Marx felt that society was divided strictly into two classes, the proletariat, or working class, and the bourgeoisie, the employing class. Eric Olin Wright developed the concept of contradictory class locations, which is the idea that people can occupy locations in class structure that fall between the two pure classes defined by Marx. So this means that there's levels within the class system, more than just two, as described by Marx. Max Weber's concept of class is based on grouping people according to their value of their property or labor in the commercial marketplace. So things that we would use instead of just income or wealth would include status, value of possessions, and the type of labor a person performs. In addition, it can be difficult to define class because the terms mean different things to different people, and because people don't always fit neatly into just one category. You have a prestigious job but not make a lot in terms of income. In addition, you can have value just by your prestige of your name, but you may not have all the things, the material wealth that comes with that name. So there's different types of things we can look at, like status, possessions, and type of labor. The status hierarchy is a system of stratification based on social prestige. The prestige can be linked to different things such as occupation, lifestyle, or membership in certain organizations, but sociologists have most often studied occupational status. And that is why when we first meet someone, we ask them, "What's your name? And what do you do?" We're trying to figure out their status in our society. The elite mass dichotomy system is a system of stratification that has a governing elite, a few leaders who broadly hold the power of society. This is also called oligarchy, and oligarchy means power in the hands of a few. There are two ways to think about this elite mass dichotomy. One is from Vilfredo Pareto, and he thought that the masses were better off in such a system because the most skilled and talented people will reach the governing elite. This means our leaders would be those who are most equipped, most able, most experienced, and have the most expertise to lead. C. Wright Mills, the one who also coined sociological imagination, viewed this system as dangerous and detrimental, as it consolidates power in the hands of a few who will act according to their interests as opposed to the interests of the masses. And again, this is defined by oligarchy. In this case, the elites want to have their will be done. They want to accumulate more wealth and take little into account what the masses would want. And an example from this slide, you see the illustration here that the leaders are billionaires. They don't really care about political party. In fact, they want us to be split into these polarizing parties so we can fight amongst each other instead of recognizing who is really in power. So let's talk about how America is stratified today. As we see, it's incredibly stratified and polarized. One way it's stratified is by socioeconomic status, and this refers to an individual's position in a stratified order. In the United States, the upper class is associated with income, wealth, power, and prestige, but definitions related to specific levels of income or net worth can vary. And that's why we have this idea that, to be rich is the same as being wealthy. Those are two different things. In addition, most of us view ourselves as middle class. I'll talk about this more in a little bit. But here, there is little consensus as to how to find the middle class. Yet almost 90% of Americans self-define as being the middle class. A further complication is how to separate the middle class from the working class. The middle class has historically been composed of white-collar workers and the working class of manual laborers, but in the post-World War II economic boom, the working class essentially merged with the middle class as higher wages gave manual laborers access to markers of middle class achievement, such as home ownership, providing their children with a college education, ample retirement savings, and so on. I would like for you to watch the video Wealth Inequality in America and take some notes on how you are reacting to that video.